What's going on, guys? BobbyFi here. Sheets isn't going to be in today. Trying to still make sense of this most recent Horford news. I had Horford in my original build, so I'm going to have to figure that one out. It's really hard not to want to play these Boston guys. The only thing I'm going to say is that there is, for the fringier guys, there's a path where you get 18 Muscala minutes and 18 Cornet minutes, maybe more. You get any of the others and Pritchard, I don't even know what to do. I'm really struggling with the Boston thing. My initial instinct is to hope the game stays close and to play literally 5 guys from Boston with Giannis or with Holiday. But something about that feels like it's going to be done. Chris Middleton is also another one, but he's going to have some ownership. So I'm a little bit struggling because that game does dictate, most of the slate. It's a nationally televised game. I think Boston will do their best to try to win it. I would say that if I was playing Giannis or Holiday, I would try to make sure I had Derek White and Brogdon probably in those lineups. I have 100% Brogdon right now. I don't see that changing. So it's a kind of a weird slate. And my original Devin Booker idea, the minutes have been adjusted, and I think that people are counting on him playing less. So I'm going to get off of the creative Devin Booker, but I'll leave him in a couple of large field stuff just in case, because I still have a feeling there's going to be one of these games where we're going to get lights out and no one's really going to be ready for it. The other things that I'm considering, I like other plays I like. Jordan Poole. Even if Clay plays, which I think he's probably going to, I still like Poole a lot. Especially without Wiggins, and I'm getting some Kuminga, some Jalen Suggs, but I don't think it's all that necessary. All right. So what else? I'm sorry, I'm just getting some notes. You guys, pop in your questions, pop in your thoughts, because I do see the slate like that. Like other plays, outside of that game, I think that all of Toronto's interesting. Basically, all of them, I think, are interesting. And I also like Looney and Poole for Golden State. I do like some Kuminga, but I think I would go with Looney over Kuminga here. And it's close between those two. I think getting creative and maybe using some of the value that everyone's going to put for either Thibault or things like that, maybe playing a little bit of the Sharp or Watford, something like that is a way that you can get different. Sharp has been awesome, by the way. The fact that we don't talk about this guy, he's what is he, 30, 23, 28, 34 the last 3 games. Man, it feels like we should be thinking about playing him at least. I know he's making his threes and all that, and there's some steals and some other numbers that are hard to relate over. But it's interesting if you think about him. I like Suggs, but I think him versus Suggs is kind of an interesting conversation. I didn't play any Schroeder last night. I don't think I had one lineup with him, so I can't say anything to that one. It was fine. It was not like a play I ever would have targeted, but I get it. You like the Clippers tonight? I think that's fine. I think that Kawhi is very reasonable. I don't really have anybody, including Kawhi, who stand out as being amazing. I think the Zubac minutes all over the place is kind of tricky to figure out. And with Bones there now, I don't know how much they're going to run him. I think he's supposed to play tonight, right? Actually, he may still be out. I got to double check on the Bones thing. Because I thought I saw that he might play earlier, but I got to double check. Yeah, Bones is supposed to play, so that takes away a little bit from all the Clippers love for me. But you got to like the ownership, and I think that's the way you treat it. You like the low ownership, take some shots. That's pretty much it. I'm not playing that much Lillard tonight personally, and I'm not playing that much of the Blazers. I'm probably going to use one of the value pieces, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I like the Siakam play, but again, center's not like it was yesterday, but Siakam you could just use anywhere. Yeah, I like Siakam. I think I think it's totally fine. What worries me a little bit about Siakam is his ceiling with the other bigs, because the rebounds will go down and you'll see that happen. And that worries me a little bit for him. Ty Jerome, where did Ty Jerome come from? I think that if you're going to take a wild card shot, you definitely take Sharp. I'm not saying he outscores Jerome most of the time here. He certainly has a higher ceiling with the guys available. Ty Jerome, you know, what's he supposed to get? 15 fantasy points. Sharp, what do we have at? Sharp at 17. But the thing with Sharp is that, like, Sharp is basically like super productive for his time on the court. Okoji's in play. I'm not very into him anymore. I have like a couple lineups with him, but very little. So I just like the other stuff better. Yeah, it's tempting to want to play some of the Suns, but I just can't. I just wasn't able to get to it. Guys, keep firing on questions. I still don't know what I'm going to do with my lineups quite yet. I'm curious to see a few things. One, I'd like to see a certain starting lineup for Boston, but I think that they probably do start Pritchard and bring Brogdon in his normal role while they can keep it intact. But I wouldn't be shocked if you saw somebody weird starting. So I'll keep an eye out for their starting lineup. Suggs officially not starting again tonight because Harris, who we didn't know if he'd rest on the back-to-back. Harris is playing. Probably worth noting that. Yeah. Luke Cornett, I think, is an interesting large field tournament play for sure, especially because he's forward eligible. Not that you need it as much tonight, but yeah, I think you treat him like, I'm not going to put Luke Cornett in my like big buy-in lineups. I'm actually, I don't even think it would be that horrible to do it. I'm just probably not going to, but I think it's for a large field stuff for that $10 tournament to try and win. Yeah, take a shot. Play the narrative that Boston gets blown out if you're going to play him, though. Peyton Pritchard is just popping off the shelf. Jesus, what do I do with Pritchard? How much 3-guard lineups will they run? They will run some. Shoot. Yeah, I might have to reconsider my thoughts on Pritchard a little bit. Jesus, Boston. I mean, give me a break. This value. How do you avoid it? I think that if you're not playing Giannis or Holiday, you play 3. I think if you're playing Giannis or Holiday, you play 4 or 5. I really do. That's where I'm at with Boston. All right, guys, fire on in questions. This is a very lame slate. It really sucks, so I don't expect to be here for very long, but I'm happy to go back and forth if you guys want to talk about anything. We did a video for golf, so check that one out. I've got some plays. I'm going to bet Homa to win it there again. So we'll see how that works out for me. And then, yeah, fire on any questions about the basketball side, because this is a really lame. This is not. It's not just a 5-gamer. It's kind of a lame 5-gamer. Yeah, and the thing about Cornette is, like, wouldn't you play Muscala ahead of him if you had, like, I mean, I know Muscala center only, but like, I think I'd play Muscala ahead of Cornette, but it's fine to take shots on either of them. I mean, they did get Muscala. Like, they could use he can, you know, you're hoping he makes a few threes, gets his 6 rebounds, and then makes 3 threes. Totally in the cards. It's a possibility. But I'm preferring the Boston guys who need to do stuff. Terrence Davis is worth a shot if Monk is officially out now. I think that whole team is kind of interesting. Let me just go to them real quick and take a look. They still have a lot of guys playing. And even with Monk out, I think that Terrence Davis is a reasonable guy to take a shot on. I think that I would also consider Kevin Huerter a big bump to him. So I actually like Kevin Huerter now, whereas I didn't particularly have a ton of interest before. So I'm going to put Huerter. I'm actually going to play Huerter a little bit. That Monk is the guy that stops him from going off. You know, like. So yeah, I think that I'm definitely going to play a little bit of Huerter. Nice, like that. I got a little thing going there. Okay. Let's see. I have to get rid of all my Al Horford, so I'll get out of here in a little bit. Is Booker? No. Booker is. I'm not playing Booker barely at all anymore, except for a few large tournament, like large field plays. But no, I'm not playing. I think it's too high risk. Top 3 centers in the NBA. Jokic, NBA. All right, we're having that conversation again. I would take Sabonis, and I think every GM would take Sabonis ahead of Ayton if they had 1 year to win, not for the future. I'm saying if they had 1 year to win, I think they would. And if you count Siakam as center, which he's been all year long, Siakam is way ahead of him, obviously. Yeah. All right. Keep firing questions in. All right, so let's see what else we got. Okay, great. Ayton, it's something else, hopefully, other than this love for Ayton, who no one even wanted in the trade market here. Bam is to call him a better center than Bam is probably the most offensive thing. Is he a better center than Anthony Davis when he plays and Bam? I mean, and Siakam? I don't think he's better than any of those guys. Yeah, Horford is out. We knew that one already a while ago. That's why all of Boston. Don't use slurs in here. But I think that's a really, really ridiculous argument that you're going to argue Bam is not, like, arguably the best defensive player in the NBA is not a better player than DeAndre Ayton. Wagner is in play. These are the creative plays you look for on 5-game slates. So, yes, he's in play for that purpose. I think I'd even prefer Fultz a little bit, but he's in play for – no, I think I'd prefer Wagner. Just for the simple fact of trying to get different. It's not like an optimal play by any means. All right, guys, keep firing in questions and thoughts, because I don't have a whole lot else that I can go through without starting lineups, I guess. Just to see who Boston does in fact start, even though it's probably the guys we think it is, just in case. So far this year, Ayton he's averaged 55 fantasy points against Phoenix. So monster games and wins. Just by the way, for the record, Ayton dominates him. Hilarious. Ayton had a good game. Still had one good game against him, one bad one. It's such an ugly slate. I like Robert Williams a lot, to answer that question. I think he's like a terrific play. I think there's obviously always variance with him, and I love that he's not being projected better. So Robert Williams is absolutely in play. Can we just get? This is getting. No one cares about the Ayton stuff. Pritchard or Hauser? Pritchard and Hauser are both viable. I want to see that Pritchard's starting before I decide, and I think he probably will. But if he doesn't, I mean, the problem is like, when is he closing? He's closing instead of Hauser. Maybe you separate Pritchard and Hauser, but you're definitely playing some of both of them. And Grant Williams, obviously, you want to play also some of. So it's tough. I mean, all of Boston's main guys, they're going to play a lot of minutes. So I'm pretty high on them. The only one that I can see, Van Vliet or Lillard, that's a really weird question because they're $2,000 different. I'm not playing either of them much. I have more Van Vliet than I do of Lillard for what it's worth. But I don't have a bunch of either of them. All right. Looks like the questions are drying up, and we just are getting a case for Ayton again and again. What's not defensively? I don't know what that means. Oh, he's not even close to him in any form. It's not even. These are not comparable guys. Sam, Dame has had huge games on back-to-backs, but I wouldn't go out there and say he's always better. But it's fine to play Bam. I mean, to play Dame. Dame is going to be popular. Go ahead and play him. I have no problem with it. Yeah, I'm totally good if you want to go ahead and play Dame. I just am personally not doing it. That's it. Sabonis I like. Barnes is fine. I like Barnes. I have some Barnes lineups. I have some Herter lineups. And that better, you can't just say Barnes, like Scotty Barnes, Harrison Barnes. What Barnes are we talking about? Fave value play? I mean, the best projected one is going to be Pritchard. I'm very high on everybody from Boston. So basically the entire Boston lineup. Williams, Pritchard, Hauser. Williams, the second favorite for me. Oh, Scotty Barnes. Yeah, Scotty Barnes is totally in play. Absolutely. I can totally get on board with Scotty Barnes. Terrence Davis is fine also. If you need that value. I'm not finding myself ever needing a Terrence Davis fit right now, but I think he is fine, and he does have upside. I'm personally giving the boost over to the other guys where Herter's minutes, could easily go from whatever to, 30 to 39 like he played last time. Kuzma, not for me, but I'm totally fine if you want to take the shot. It's just not for me. I don't like it. It's a terrible matchup. It's just you're just playing somebody for the sake of it, this is the kind of slate to do it, but I don't like it personally. Yeah, the value plays I have the most of right now is Grant Williams, and second most will be Pritchard if he's starting. Even still, I don't trust the Pritchard thing 100%. Middleton, I think he's in play. There's certainly no sign of him getting more minutes. Like he played 24 in one game when he was red hot. It's an interesting. We all think at some point he's going to start getting more minutes. It's been enough games. He kills Boston. This is a fine place to play Middleton. I'm just personally not on him as much. I actually was considering I think I like Herter and Barnes as much as him when you factor in the ownership being so much lower on them. Leonard or George? Leonard. But both fine. Leonard's my pick, though. Yeah, this is ugly. All right, guys, anything else before I get going? I will be in Discord all night. We probably will have some different starting lineups. There might be some discussion to have there. So we'll do that. I'm looking forward to this NBA break a little bit just because it feels like it's been kind of like a lot of NBA stuff and not a lot of other fun stuff going on. I'm excited about golf this week, but I'm looking forward to having a few days off. But anyway, guys, hope you're all doing well. Hope you guys take it down tonight. Just make sure to like before you get out of here. And please jump on into Discord. We'll answer questions and go back and forth all night long. Good luck, everybody.